It's been said a bard's life can often be a hard life, or hill and jail to rove and always move from town to town. And some folk have inquired if ever we grow tired of ranging all around the world and never settling down.
But one should be a little wary of remaining stationary. It's comfortable, it's lovely, but it's not the way we grow. When life starts to unravel, pick up your pack and travel. You'll find a strange serenity in places you don't know. Wriggle-dee-dum-dee-doo-da-terry-o-dee. There's so much to see beyond the open door. It's outward bound we go. Who knows what we'll find that we've never found before. Adventures waiting further down the road. It's waiting for you further down the road. You've got no map for showing which direction you are going.
But why start on a journey if you know where it will end?
And once you recognize,
to anticipate surprise, you'll relish every twist and turn that lies around the bend. Wriggle-dee-dum-dee-doo-da-terry-o-dee-da-dee-da-dee. There's so much to see beyond the open door. It's outward bound we go. Who knows what we'll find that we've never found before. Adventures waiting further down the road. It's waiting for you further down the road.
The world has got its demons. There are many reasons why you'd find it harder to be brave than be afraid.
But every life could use some danger. Every friend was once a stranger. Ships are safe in harbor, but that's not why ships are made.
Wriggle-dee-dum-dee-doo-da-terry-o-dee-da-dee. A fwit-da-dee-da-dee. There's so much to see beyond the open door. It's outward bound we go. Who knows what we'll find that we've never found before. Adventures waiting further down the road. It's waiting for you further down the road. Adventures waiting further down the road.
Let's go!
Hello. Welcome to Flash Phantasmagoria. We're going to see whether or not I can actually keep my camera on because this house is in the middle of Arkansas and it does not have, hello, and it does not have the greatest reception in the world. I've done my best to try to broadcast things, but that is part of the reason why we couldn't do GHG last night. There's a lot of other stuff that I will get to in a moment. But first, let's see. Media assets. Haha! First, we would like to take a moment to thank our sponsors. That includes my friends, 3D2U. They are wrapping up an appearance at the Pennsylvania Renaissance Festival. So if you get a chance, or fair, right? Wow. Pennsylvania Renaissance Fair. So if you get a chance, please feel free to check them out. 3d2u.org. You can follow them on Facebook and Instagram. They do personalized stuff for gamers, but they also have all different kinds of other things. They do journals. They do 3D printed dragons. They do customized earrings that Amy has created. They do some really, really fun stuff. So please check them out online, especially now as we slowly move our way into holiday season. You should definitely check out their stuff because they're awesome. Let's see what else is here. No, I'm looking for. Well, there. Geez, took a second. Destination D&D. Everything got reordered recently, so I'm trying to find everything. Destination D&D is for all of your Destination D&D needs. You can check out some really awesome, really cool locations while also playing D&D with some really awesome guest DMs. The next trip is in New Orleans. I'm super looking forward to that. That's coming up very shortly. So super excited to be to at least be potentially stopping by at some point and maybe being part of the Nat 21 annual holiday party. But yeah, definitely check them out. Destination D&D. Okay, here's the stuff I actually remember. Oop, okay, I have 2 books out right now, and they are very themed for the year. This time of year, there's Dare. That was my first collection of short fiction and poetry. The cover was done by a family friend. It's really cool. It's available on Amazon and Audible. So feel free to check that out online. And then the other one is Dread. That was new as of 2024. I'm really, really love that one. Super excited about how it came out. I like to think of it as scary stories to tell in the dark, but for adults. There's a lot more adult themes. And I'm super, super proud of that. And that includes this person, my friend, Devin Borkowski, devinborkart.com. Let me find her info. That's somewhere down here. Follow her for spite. That's weird. Okay. I'm going to add that now. devinborkart.com. Adding banner. Boop. Cool. devinborkart.com. She is the artist who created all of the amazing drawings and paintings that are in the book. Super, super beautiful. Really, really love it. Please check it out. But yeah, it is, the book is called Dread, and I hope you like it. And now that goes away. And now I go back to normal. Haha. Ooh, spooky trees. Cool. Here I am. Oh my gosh. All the fun people are going to be at Destination D&D. London will be there. Sally A. Sweet. It's going to be awesome. Okay. So here's just general life update. Ugh. So much. Okay. The easiest place for me to start is I'm down here in Arkansas. And we've been doing the Arkansas Renaissance Festival. It's been really fun. It is a newer show, so it's kind of quiet at times. And it's also very expansive. So the way that some festivals with big grounds, even when you have like 5,000 people, it looks like there's no one there. Sometimes it feels like that. But they are doing 6 weekends this year. So we, Chased Treasure, my singing group, has been booked for all 6 weekends. And we got the same team to be down here the whole time. So we've had an Airbnb. The original plan was that I was going to be down here for a couple of weeks. And then Tom was going to come down with Helena to join me for 2 weeks. And then he was going to go to Louisiana afterwards. All of that is still happening. But Tom has been having some minor health issues of late. He's been experiencing some like shortness of breath and stuff, and he's been concerned about this since the beginning of the year. So we finally got him through all of the hoops to jump through so that we could get him in to do all different kinds of testing. They had done an echocardiogram, they had done chest x-ray, all kinds of stuff. They weren't really seeing anything. So then he finally goes in for the last thing, which is a stress test where you run on a treadmill and they have a bunch of stuff stuck to you and then see how you're doing. And while they were doing that, pretty much right at the beginning, it became apparent that the issues that he's been experiencing all along were finally showing up in a laboratory setting in a safe environment. So they were like, oh yeah, based on these readings, it looks like you've probably got a blockage somewhere in your heart, and we're going to have to do something immediately. Otherwise, you could potentially have a heart attack. So they went through his arm, which is wild. Apparently, these kinds of things normally would go through like a vein in your leg, but now they go through your arm. So they went through his arm and into his heart, and they found the blockage and poked it out. Apparently, it didn't show up on any of the other things because it wasn't a calcium blockage. It was just something else. They put a stent in. All of that literally took a day, which is wild. Science is amazing. But that also meant that he was out of work for a week when he was supposed to be doing the Pennsylvania Renaissance Fair, and that I flew back home not to pick him up. I flew back home to help him drive with our daughter down here to Arkansas to make sure that he was okay and if he needed extra rest. And he did this past weekend, and he said he's felt better than he has in ages. He's on a lot of new medications, so it's been a little daunting to keep track of. But yeah, that has contributed to, that is the other major reason why we haven't been able to do Gothic horror gaming in a while, is in Arkansas here, there's very little reception. I am operating in a low resolution right now. And B, because of all of these health issues and random surprises, we have not been able to concentrate on things. So I do have all of the notes that some of you helped me create for a game, and I'm really looking forward to doing that in October when I'm back at my own house. I will be home with Helena, and Tom will be down in Louisiana. So maybe he doesn't know anything about that game. Maybe he can play in it. Mm-hmm. We'll see. But yeah, yes, London, glad he's doing better. I hope things continue to improve. Yeah, as of right now, he's feeling much, much better than he has since the beginning of the year. We're still taking it easy, and he's been able to ease his way back into shows. He's modified some of the fights. He's modified his show to include one less fight. So he really is, as best he can, taking it easy, but it's going super well. And it seems like this was the answer we were looking for from the beginning. So I'm really glad that we finally found out, and also that we continue to advocate for his health. How difficult and frustrating that process can be. I mean, especially Ansa dealing with a lot of that with her kids. I know a lot of us on the channel here are very familiar with all of those things that happen. Diet change. We don't know yet. As of right now, no, they don't quite understand what the root cause of it was. It wasn't like he's had high blood pressure for a long time, but it wasn't like he had high cholesterol really, or any other issues. And he's been fairly active through his life, minus this year because of his the shortness of breath thing. He's running or doing physical activities. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know if there's going to be something that he needs to moderate. He's definitely, I mean, he's practically stopped drinking anything caffeinated. He practically stopped drinking anything in general, alcohol-wise. He has tea sometimes, and we have to keep track of stuff like that. But yeah, it's just been a wild couple of weeks. So we have, no official answer as to what caused the blockage to begin with. His family has had a history of heart issues on his dad's side. I think his dad's father had died of some kind of heart attack at some point, so it could just be a genetic thing. We don't know, but we're looking into it continually, and he has a cardiologist to speak with and all of that stuff. So that's been everything. It's basically been going on with us, plus all of the moving parts of being entertainers and traveling on a regular basis. It's a lot of we drive somewhere, we hang out there for a couple of weeks, and then going other places, and it's a lot of bouncing around from location to location. I am grateful for the work that we do, and I love doing this, but it can be sort of nightmarish when some kind of health issue comes up. So we're okay. It's been a wild couple of days. So yeah, that's why we haven't been able to do much of anything. And I just wanted to make sure that you were all aware and got the update of everything that's going on. But we're okay. Everybody's doing all right. And Tom has one more weekend here in Arkansas, and then he's going to head down to Louisiana to start working with their cast, because that is the other thing that he's doing, is he is working with the cast in advance of the show to do some training and improv and stuff like that. So very excited for him to do that too. All right. To the matter at hand. This is Flash Phantasmagoria. Phantasmagoria meaning scenes like unto a dream. I like to think of it as just to the left of reality. To me, that means it's usually a scene or a moment that is happening in real life, real time. But things are a little off. Like, okay, I'm out here in Arkansas. There are fields all over the place, and they are full of cows. But it would be real weird to see a field full of camels. So, to the left of reality, like, oh, it's a field. It's a field full of camels. That's different. That's different is basically what I think of in terms of Phantasmagoria. Flash meaning short. Flash fiction is usually 1,000 words or less. Flash art, if you think about it, for tattooing, is usually something that only takes like 30 minutes to put together. Something quick. And the point here is to get together and do something together for the run of this, which is about 30 minutes, maybe a little bit longer today. And just take a moment in your life to create art, because you deserve that break, and because art is valid and important and worth your time. So we're actually going to do it straight out the way we usually do, now that I've given you all the updates. So we're going to crowdsource some topics. Let's start with, I'm in Arkansas. Let's start with a field. So now let's be a bit more descriptive. What kind of field? You guys get to determine what kind of field. It could be a field of wheat. It could be a field of corn. It could be a field of cranberries. That's a thing that's happening right now. Cranberry season happens up north in the in the Atlantic Northeast. In the Northeast, where they grow cranberries. It could be a field of anything. It could be an empty field. It could be a fallow field. It could be a field of hay. It could be a field full of horses, but any kind of field. So let's get some suggestions in the comments here on Twitch about what kind of field this field will be. So we're starting with field. And I'm gonna pull up my stuff because I haven't done this in a while. Whoa. What is today? Is the 25th. Okay. Field. What kind of field? Woo! A field of pumpkins. Pacific Northwest is having late apple and early pumpkin season. Okay, so we've got some pumpkins. Pumpkin field. I have seen several of those. I don't know how, depending on where you live. Yeah, pumpkin fields are wild because it's just this tangle of vines. Then you have these weird orange blobs that just pop up. And that's the point. It's supposed to look like that. So yeah, field of pumpkins, a field of wildflowers. Lovely. Any other suggestions? But people, you know, it is spooky season. People seem to be liking pumpkins. Let's go with Sally A's suggestion of pumpkins. We'll do a field of pumpkins. A field of pumpkins. Bright orange. Maybe some of those weird ones that have like stripy bits in them. Okay. Very fall themed. A field of pumpkins. Okay. So it's a field full of pumpkins. And let's go with a time of day. A time of day. Any kind of time of day. It could be dawn on the field of pumpkins. It could be dusk on the field of pumpkins. Vaguely specific is something I like to throw out here a lot. So vaguely specific. You could say a field full of flowers, and there are so many different things that people are thinking of in terms of flowers. But when you say a field full of roses or a field full of daisies or a field full of sunflowers, that gives a specific image. So here we go. Golden hour. Golden hour is like just before the sun sets. Everything turns like this sort of rosy gold color. Witching hour, technically at 3 a.m. Everyone thinks that that's at midnight. It's right in the middle. It's the darkest point of the night, as far as I'm aware. Correct me if I'm wrong, Sally, but witching hour is like 3 a.m. It's the darkest point of the night. Which is very a field of pumpkins on witching hour. Woohoo. Any other suggestions? Giving you guys some space to throw in some other suggestions. I got this mug, by the way, at TJ Maxx, unofficial sponsor of the show, TJ Maxx. Everyone should go there at some point and just look at their stuff. It's got really good stuff. Blue hour. All right. Blue hour. I assume that that's yeah, give me a bit more of a description as to what that means. That sounds fascinating. Blue hour. Yeah. I would assume it would be like twilight, like just before full dark. Oh, just before sunrise. Okay. Okay. So before the orange, the gold of the sun, it's that the sky slowly lightening into a bluish color before the sun itself comes up. Okay, I like that. Okay, so we're gonna go with pumpkins, blue hour just before sunrise. Let's go with a random object. Any random object, just a random object that you have somewhere near you on your desk, wherever you're writing, wherever you're creating, a random object that we have to include in this prompt. Neat. Okay. We've got a small pouch as a suggestion. Interesting. Interesting. A stone owl statue. Oh, fun. A stone owl statue. Ooh, because that's exactly what a stone owl would say if it was able to say anything, because it's an owl. Ooh. Anything else? Anything else? There are some prompts in there. Ever you want. This is beautiful empty creativity, and then I will throw in that's the real. I'll post it on Discord. Yes. Neat. Yeah, I like this. I like London's suggestion of a stone owl statue. Okay. Now, this is the cool part. A stone owl statue could be, so that is vaguely just specific. It is an owl. It's not just a statue. It's a statue made out of stone, which is different than a statue made out of, like, you could be more specific and say marble, but marble is going to call something else to mind rather than stone. Stone is different. But there is no specifics on how big it is, what color it is, what kind of stone it's specifically made out of. A stone statue evokes something specific in your mind, but you get to add the specific details on top of that, of all the other specifics about it, what it looks like, what color it is, does it have a texture, does it smell funny, is it covered in moss, is it covered in, why is it there? Vaguely specific. That's what I love. So here's our prompts for today. Boop. A field of pumpkins, blue hour just before sunrise, and a stone owl statue. Now I'm going to share my screen with the thing that I talked about. Okay. This is from Breaking Copyright, and that's what's in the description of the video. So hopefully that means this works, because sometimes it doesn't. This is called Ambient and Melancholic Music for Videos. It's called Keep Going by Onyx? I think it's Onyx. It looks like Onset to me, but it's not. Onyx. This is shared in a non-commercial copyright license with the goal of creating communities and creating background sound for cool videos. So hopefully you'll be able to hear this. Now, this clip is only 3.5 minutes long. I like to go for 5 minutes. So we're going to let this clip go for the 3.5 minutes that it exists. And then we'll go an additional 1.5 minutes beyond that. So let me find 5 minutes. 5 minutes on my phone. Setting a 5-minute timer. You have 5 minutes to do whatever you want with these prompts. So, good luck. Weird AI song. Sorry, this is a weird voice.
In a new land again. Adventure start. Take me down. In a new land again.
end of that song. You still have 1:30 left. I'm going to close that out. Do. Keep going. Got a couple more things I will say. Three, two, one. There we go. Okay. Cool. I'm going to read what I wrote, which isn't much, but starting point and inspiration to other people. Feel free to post in the comments or feel free to share it on our Discord. I have that banner here somewhere. There. Discord. This is the Discord for after hours stuff. You can use it to post about this particular thing. You can engage with the rest of our community in chat. You can talk about other games and information that are on our channel throughout. But yeah, check out our Discord. So here's what I wrote. From Field of Pumpkins, Blue Hour, just before sunrise. Stone owl statue. My overalls clung to my calves as I trudged through the morning haze. A beautiful blue day was beginning, and it was already sticky. October should not be sticky. I should be out here in an overstretched sweater, not bug spray and an ancient camisole under my coveralls. I righted the pumpkins as I went, checked for rot, marked notes in my faded and ripped notebook about starting points for people to pick within the field, what sections could be open to the public and which were better for our personal harvest. I nearly fell headlong into a potential prize-winning 30-pounder when I tripped over a small owl statue. These kids and their rituals. I told them they needed to stay in the northern fields. Now I'd have to come back out at midnight and reconsecrate the ground and make a sacrifice before the public would be permitted to walk this section. I hate paperwork. There you go. That's what I have. I will be throwing a bunch of stuff up into Discord. London, can I read yours? Is that okay? I want to make sure I have your permission before I do that, because you put it in the chat and it looks really cool. And it is short, which is awesome. Okay, great. From our friend London in the chat. Boop. A statue of a great horned owl stands watch over the field of twisting vines and ripening gourds. The sun has not risen, the soft blue quality of the light, the only indication that it will rise soon. But not yet. No, not yet. Right now it is blue and cold, and the owl's eyes seem to linger on you. Why did you come here? The owl seems to ask. What do you seek? Wow. That's really cool. Thank you for sharing. And what a dynamic difference between our two pieces. Same selection, same concept, but vastly different. That's what I love about this kind of thing, is that you can create all kinds of random stuff, which I love. Going to take a quick moment to thank all of our friends one more time. 3DTU, they're at the Pennsylvania Renaissance Fair. Please stop by and say hi to them. They're by the chessboard. Destination D&D, we have our New Orleans trip coming up really shortly. So if you're interested in that, please check it out, destinationdnd.com. I'm sure you can also just message people in the Discord, which is here, if you are interested in going and you don't quite know where to be directed. Feel free to support all of our wonderful performers all throughout the land. I know Paulo is in, I think he's still in Maryland. He might be done in Maryland. No, he's still in Maryland. Jack moved on to something else. Myself and Tom are down here in Arkansas. Our good friend Hob the Troll, Steve-O, is in Pennsylvania. He's doing the Pennsylvania Fair. I know Ansa has some events coming up soon with some tarot reading and other cool things like that. So just check out our own personal socials if you happen to know us, and support art and support yourselves. And yeah, thanks for being here. I appreciate you. I will be able to do this for the next 2 weeks. At least there's enough bandwidth to do this, but hosting something on video is not something that I can do with multiple people. My signal drops pretty quickly. So I will have to postpone Gothic Horror until I get home in October. But with your suggestions, I'm cooking up a really, really good one. So hopefully I will see you all then. Other than that, have a wonderful rest of your week. And God save the Queen.